Last night, there was no boxing, but there was plenty of great football. A 6-goal thriller at St James's Park, and it finished Newcastle 3, Liverpool 3. So what does it tell us? Liverpool's lead at the Premier League summit is cut to 7 points following that frantic 3-3 draw. Slot in a moment, but this was Eddie Howe.
The atmosphere, the occasion, the players know they need to lift themselves to compete with Liverpool. My frustration is that, of course, and the players' frustration is that we want to be delivering that regardless of who we play or where we play. The feel of the team and the energy in the team should be the same regardless. That's easy to say, it's difficult to deliver, but that's the challenge we've set the players. I think today we showed what we could be.
If you only get 1 point, it feels as if you drop 2 points. Now the question is always how difficult other teams have faced problems here as well, especially the big teams. And if you are then so close to a win, that could have really, how should I say this?
Lift off.
Yeah, lift off. But again, after us having 1 day less to recover for the second game in a row against City was like this, and today it was like this. To come up with such an impressive second half is, I think, I have to give a lot of credit to the players for that.
It was quite a match, 3-3 in the end, and as I say, Liverpool's lead at the top cut to 7. So, can you ever go too early in a title race, if you like, too early on in the season? What makes you uncatchable? Nicky, nobody better to be in studio with Simon and myself than you this morning. At this time of the year, the inaugural Premier League season back in 1992, Manchester United, 12 points adrift of the leaders Norwich. You won the league. January the 21st, 1996, Manchester United, 12 adrift of Keegan's Newcastle. You won it. 10th of December, 96, Manchester United, 10 adrift of Liverpool. What do you know? You won it. What's going to happen here?
I think Liverpool will win it. I think they will. I think they're a fantastic team. I think the manager's done a good job overtaking such a big personality like Klopp. I don't think there's any secret. I don't think anything's won in December. We used to get told, get through Christmas period, get through the fixtures, get to January, and then that's really when it starts to ramp up a little bit. And the big players got to come and shine because it's easy when you. I think we were talking about before when you're playing against lesser teams and opposition. It's easy to play football when you're that good, as good a team as Liverpool. It's easy. Some of their players they're phenomenal, but it's when it gets to the real big games. Maybe let's say they play Chelsea in February or in March and need to win it. That's when you win the leagues. It's not in December. And if they're thereabouts, I think Liverpool will win it. Purely the fact that they're too far ahead of the rest of them and the quality that they have and the way they play.
Did you like chasing or did you like
leading?
Being the one that's been chased?
Yeah, lead. You want to lead. You want to be there. You want to be at the top. You want to be looking down at everybody. You want to be confident in your games. You want to know that you can go out and win your home games and then win your away games or draw the away games and keep looking down at the people. I don't like chasing, and people that say they do, I won't trust them.
But I remember, and you'll remember this, sorry to bring it up, December 97, Arsenal 13 points adrift of you at United, and they won it.
Yeah,
they won it. So
yeah.
What happened there? Was there a touch of bottling, or
you can say we bottled it? Yeah, I think we probably did. But I remember what year was that again?
97.
Yeah, I think that was a season. Keane got his cruciate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when he got his cruciate and we lost the leader, and I think we relied on Roy so much in them early days. We was young and we was coming through. We was always looking for our leaders, and Arsenal, don't forget, were a phenomenal team. They were really good. Probably the best team I've ever played against regularly was Arsenal with the Keowns, the Winterburns, the Parlers, the Vieira, Bergkamp, Henry. They're an unbelievable team, and no one's got a given right to win the league, even us back in our day. And yeah, we did bottle it, and they caught us, and probably deserved definitely deserved to win the league.
But on this occasion, you think Liverpool have got enough to stay out there?
Yeah. When you watch the game the other day against City, that's a big game, isn't it? That whoever wins that going to win the league, and they battered City.
Even with 3 players potentially out of contract.
Yeah, I think
very soon. What do you make of that situation? On Van Dijk, on Trent, on Salah.
I think that's the club's fault. I think the play for me. I hear people on the commentary saying he shouldn't be coming out and saying about his contract, particularly Salah. Van Dijk doesn't say anything, but
Carragher was critical of Salah doing that.
It's the club's fault. Selfish. The club should have sorted it out earlier, shouldn't they? The club sorted it out earlier. There's nothing to be talking about. And I get they have a structure. I don't know Liverpool's structure like Carragher's, to be fair. I don't know it. He knows it a lot better than me, so he's more educated on that. But for me, if I'm a player and the club have chose to run my contract down, and I am one of the, I've never been it, so I won't say I was. If I was one of the best players in the world and a club chose to let my contract run down, That's on the club. That's not on me. I can go and speak and be respectful and go. But what he does, he goes on that football pitch and performs every single game.
Yeah,
every game. So it's not like you're not talking about a player who is out of contract who thinks he's a top player and not performing. You're talking about a player who's probably one of the top 3 in the world at the minute.
Would that have been allowed in your time at United, that someone like Salah can go in front of a microphone and say what he's saying?
Probably not, but we're in a different world. A lot of things wouldn't have happened back in my day because it's a different world, it's a different society. People speak differently on Instagram and Twitter and all the social media. So it's a different world. I don't think you can judge the same, but I wouldn't be too critical of Salah. I'd be more critical of the people at the club not getting it sorted out because he's the best player, one of the best players in the world, and you're letting him run his contract run out. And don't forget the age. He's not. Look at his body. He's not. His age doesn't. It's not the same as his body. His body's probably about 24 years of age. People are different. Look at Ronaldo. What's he, 40 years of age? He's not got the body of a 40-year-old. So you can't judge everybody the same. You can't say he's over 30, so we're going to give him 1 year. He's different.
So you would say Salah's doing everything right?
Yeah.
But what are Liverpool doing?
I wouldn't go and do that. I wouldn't go out and speak about a contract, but people are all different. He probably feels a bit betrayed that they haven't sorted his contract out.
You see, I reckon if you did a straw poll of some of the Liverpool fans leaving St James's Park last night, Simon, they would say exactly what Nicky has just said. It's on the club, this.
Yeah, I would suggest that there's more context and nuance to it. One thing Liverpool don't do is they don't allow situations to get away from them. They monetise them, hence the reasons why they were able to get Coutinho out and build on the back of the fact that they got the money from Coutinho to buy Alisson and to buy Virgil van Dijk. They do this as a staple diet. I would suspect that they've not had control of this. It's all well and good saying that it's upon the club. But if the player, the year before last, the player and the Saudi Arabian hokey-cokey of were they going to buy him, were they not going to buy him, were they going to bid for him, were they not going to bid for him, the player would have taken control of the situation and gone, I don't have to do anything. The club I can come as many times as I want to have a dance with you. If you don't want to dance with me, there's not much I can do. We'd like to talk to you about a new contract. No, I'm fine where I am, thank you. I'll see how the land lies. We'll see what happens. A year ago, 18 months ago, there was this idea that the Saudis were going to come in and bid for him. They did in the end. To me, it made no sense what they were trying to achieve, because what was the point of bidding for Liverpool's best player on the day of the transfer window closing, so Liverpool could not redeploy that money anywhere else, right? So it was never going to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think Liverpool are foolish. I think the deal with Salah and Virgil van Dijk will get done. I think Nicky's absolutely right. There are certain players that when you get into an age bracket that you ignore the birth certificate. You look at the reality of what they are capable of achieving against what they've achieved historically and what they're achieving now. Nobody complained, least of all Juventus, when they signed Ronaldo at 33 years of age. He's in that category of player and value to Liverpool. So you re-sign him, and the same with Virgil van Dijk. The only person in this conversation that I think is slightly remissful of Liverpool, and again the balance of power in this game is with the players now, is Trent Alexander-Arnold, because he does have economic resale value.
Yeah.
He does have an age parameter that's come through Liverpool, been with Liverpool as a young player. So there is an element of, that's the one you look at and go, well, how's that one getting away from you? How have you allowed that one to get away from you?
What's the talk you hear in your part of the world, Nicky, about Trent? What we hear is Real Madrid.
I think everyone thinks that, don't they? He's got a really good relationship, or strong relationship with Bellingham. I think they're very pally and go out on holidays together, so that'll be a bit of a tick box for him. It seems to be, for me, like, I never wanted to leave Man United. I never wanted to leave Man United. We was winning, it was my team. I come through the ranks like Trent did. So
if Real Madrid had come in for you,
they did come in for me. Remember Gravison went.
Yeah,
so Gravison went. They spoke to me before that, and Sir Alex wouldn't let me go to a rival. That was his reasoning.
So Real Madrid came in for you, and
yeah,
Sir Alex said, "No, you're not doing it."
I even got the dog's passports because I thought we was going to go. So, but looking at how Gravison had to work in that, so I'm glad I didn't now, because that was a shift for him with all them lot. But no, literally, you can understand. I understand why he would want to go to Real Madrid. What an experience! But Liverpool must still be his club. It must be in his heart. It must be, and they're winning. Why leave a team that's winning and one of the best teams in the world? It's mad.
Would you have wished that had gone through for you?
Me?
Yeah. I know you say Man United's your team.
Yeah. Listen, I went to Newcastle and I loved my time at Newcastle. I really did. I had ups and downs. Some of them liked me, some of them didn't like me, but I loved my time at Newcastle. But when you get up to a certain age, and I hear people talk about it now, I would love to go and experience a different culture, a different life. And looking back on it, I would have liked to go abroad, yeah.
Nicky Butt, Real Madrid. Wow, it's all coming out this morning. Could play for Scotland as well. Annoyed at that.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.